Welcome! Today, we're diving into the world of rental disputes. Whether you're a tenant or a landlord, disagreements can arise over rent, repairs, deposits, or even lease terms. Understanding how these disputes are handled is crucial for protecting your rights and reaching fair solutions. In this video, we'll walk through the typical process from the initial disagreement to possible legal action and highlight the key steps along the way. Let's start by looking at what usually causes rental disputes and why it's important to address them promptly and professionally. Rental disputes can stem from a variety of issues. The most common causes include disagreements over unpaid rent, property damage, maintenance delays, security deposit returns, and breaches of lease agreements. Sometimes, misunderstandings about responsibilities or unclear lease terms can also spark conflict. By recognizing these triggers early, both tenants and landlords can take steps to prevent escalation. Clear communication and thorough documentation are essential tools in avoiding unnecessary disputes and ensuring a smoother rental experience for everyone involved. When a dispute arises, the first step is always direct communication. Tenants and landlords should try to discuss the issue calmly and clearly, outlining their concerns and expectations. This conversation can often resolve misunderstandings before they become bigger problems. It's important to keep records of all communications, including emails, messages, or written notes, as these can be valuable if the dispute escalates. Approaching the situation with respect and openness can set the tone for a constructive resolution. Proper documentation is vital in any rental dispute. Both parties should gather all relevant documents, such as the lease agreement, payment receipts, photos of the property, and any correspondence related to the issue. This evidence can help clarify the facts and support your position if the matter needs to be escalated. Keeping organized records not only strengthens your case, but also demonstrates your commitment to resolving the dispute fairly and transparently. Negotiation is often the next step if initial communication doesn't resolve the dispute. Both parties should try to find common ground and propose reasonable solutions. This might involve agreeing on a payment plan, scheduling repairs, or compromising on certain terms. The goal is to reach a mutually acceptable agreement without involving outside parties. Successful negotiation can save time, money, and stress for everyone involved. If negotiation fails, mediation is a valuable next step. Mediation involves a neutral third party who helps both sides communicate and work towards a resolution. Many communities offer free or low-cost mediation services specifically for rental disputes. Mediators don't make decisions but facilitate productive discussions, helping both parties understand each other's perspectives and reach a voluntary agreement. Mediation is often faster and less formal than legal proceedings. Arbitration is another alternative dispute resolution method. Unlike mediation, an arbitrator listens to both sides and then makes a binding decision. Some lease agreements require arbitration before going to court. Arbitration can be less formal and quicker than a lawsuit, but the decision is usually final and enforceable. It's important to understand the terms of your lease and whether arbitration is required or optional in your situation. Sometimes, rental disputes become too complex or contentious to resolve without legal help. If you're unsure about your rights or the law, consulting a lawyer or tenant advocacy group can provide clarity. Legal professionals can review your documents, explain your options, and help you prepare for the next steps. Seeking advice early can prevent mistakes and ensure you're making informed decisions throughout the process. If informal methods fail, tenants or landlords may need to file a formal complaint with a local housing authority or regulatory body. This step usually involves submitting documentation and a written statement outlining the dispute. The authority will review the case, may conduct an investigation, and can sometimes order corrective actions. This process is more structured and can help resolve issues that can't be settled privately. Small claims court is a common venue for resolving rental disputes involving money or property. It's designed to be accessible, with simplified procedures and lower costs. Both tenants and landlords can represent themselves, and the judge makes a decision based on the evidence presented. Typical cases include unpaid rent, damages, or deposit disputes. Preparing your case with clear documentation is key to success in small claims court. If your dispute reaches court, preparation is crucial. Gather all relevant documents, such as the lease, payment records, photos, and correspondence. Organize your evidence clearly and be ready to explain your side of the story. Practice answering potential questions and stay calm during proceedings. Being well prepared not only boosts your confidence, but also increases your chances of a favorable outcome. In court, both parties have the opportunity to present their case. This involves explaining the dispute, providing evidence, and answering the judge's questions. It's important to be concise, respectful, and focused on the facts. Avoid personal attacks or emotional arguments. The judge will consider the evidence and make a decision based on the law and the details provided. After hearing both sides, the court will issue a decision. This could include ordering payment of money, requiring repairs, or dismissing the case. Both parties are legally bound to follow the court's ruling. If you disagree with the outcome, there may be options to appeal, but these are usually limited in small claims court. Understanding the possible outcomes helps set realistic expectations for everyone involved. Sometimes, a party may not comply with the court's decision. In these cases, additional steps may be necessary to enforce the judgment. This could involve wage, garnishment, property liens, or other legal actions. Local authorities or the court can provide guidance on how to proceed. It's important to act promptly and follow the correct procedures to ensure the judgment is enforced. Housing authorities play a key role in resolving rental disputes. They can investigate complaints, mediate between parties, and enforce housing regulations. In some cases, they may conduct inspections or order repairs. Understanding the resources and support available from local housing authorities can make a big difference in resolving disputes efficiently and fairly. Tenants have specific rights under the law, including the right to a safe and habitable home, privacy, and protection from unfair eviction. Knowing your rights empowers you to address issues confidently and seek help when needed. Local tenant organizations and legal aid services can provide information and support tailored to your situation. Landlords also have important rights, such as receiving rent on time, maintaining their property, and enforcing lease terms. They can take action if tenants violate agreements, but must follow legal procedures. Understanding these rights helps landlords manage their properties effectively and resolve disputes within the law. A clear, well-written lease agreement is the foundation of a successful rental relationship. It outlines the rights and responsibilities of both parties, sets expectations, and provides a reference point if disputes arise. Reviewing and understanding your lease before signing can prevent many common issues down the road. Security deposits are a frequent source of conflict. Disputes often arise over deductions for damages, cleaning, or unpaid rent. Both tenants and landlords should document the property's condition at move-in and move-out with photos and checklists. Clear communication about expectations and legal requirements can help avoid misunderstandings and ensure fair outcomes. Maintenance issues can quickly lead to disputes if not addressed promptly. Tenants should report problems in writing, and landlords should respond in a timely manner. Keeping records of requests and repairs protects both parties and ensures the property remains safe and habitable. Regular maintenance checks can also prevent larger issues from developing. Disagreements over rent payments are common. Issues may include late payments, partial payments, or disputes over rent increases. Both parties should keep detailed records of all transactions and refer to the lease for guidance. Open communication and flexibility can sometimes resolve payment issues before they escalate. Eviction is a serious legal process that must follow strict rules. Landlords must provide proper notice and have valid reasons, such as non-payment of rent or lease violations. Tenants have the right to contest the eviction in court. Understanding the legal steps involved protects both parties and ensures the process is fair and lawful. Illegal evictions occur when landlords try to remove tenants without following the law, such as changing locks or shutting off utilities. Tenants have strong protections against these actions and can seek legal remedies. If you believe you're facing an illegal eviction, contact local authorities or legal aid immediately for assistance. Landlords cannot retaliate against tenants for exercising their legal rights, such as reporting code violations or joining a tenant union. Discrimination based on race, gender, disability, or other protected characteristics is also illegal. Tenants who experience retaliation or discrimination can file complaints with housing authorities or pursue legal action. Tenant unions provide collective support for renters facing disputes. They can offer advice, organize group actions, and advocate for tenant rights. Joining a tenant union can strengthen your position in negotiations and provide valuable resources for resolving conflicts. Landlord associations offer support and resources to property owners. They provide legal updates, best practices, and networking opportunities. Being part of an association can help landlords stay informed and handle disputes more effectively. Property managers act as intermediaries between landlords and tenants. They handle day-to-day issues, collect rent, coordinate repairs, and address disputes. A good property manager can prevent conflicts and ensure smooth communication, making the rental experience better for everyone. Effective communication is the cornerstone of resolving rental disputes. Use clear, respectful language and document all interactions. Respond promptly to messages and keep conversations focused on solutions. Good communication builds trust and can prevent many disputes from escalating. Maintaining detailed records is essential for both tenants and landlords. Save copies of all agreements, payment receipts, repair requests, and correspondence. Organized records provide evidence in case of disputes and help clarify what was agreed upon at each stage of the rental relationship. Rental laws vary by location, so so it's important to understand the rules in your area. Local regulations may cover rent control, eviction procedures, and tenant protections. Staying informed about these laws helps both tenants and landlords act within their rights and responsibilities. Legal aid organizations offer free or low-cost assistance to tenants and landlords facing disputes. They can provide advice, help with paperwork, and represent clients in court if needed. Accessing legal aid ensures that everyone has support, regardless of their financial situation. Many regions now offer online platforms for resolving rental disputes. These systems allow parties to submit documents, communicate, and sometimes even mediate disputes virtually. Online resolution can be faster and more convenient, especially for straightforward cases. Prevention is always better than cure. Both tenants and landlords should focus on clear communication, thorough documentation, and regular property inspections. Addressing issues early and maintaining a positive relationship can prevent many disputes from arising in the first place. Conducting detailed inspections at move-in and move-out is essential. Both parties should walk through the property together, note any existing damage, and take photos. This documentation protects everyone and provides a clear record if disputes arise over the property's condition. Lease agreements should clearly outline who is responsible for repairs and maintenance. Tenants are usually responsible for minor upkeep, while landlords handle major repairs. Clarifying these responsibilities up front can prevent confusion and disputes later on. Noise complaints are a common source of tension in rental properties. Tenants should be considerate of neighbors, and landlords should address repeated complaints promptly. Clear rules in the lease and open communication can help resolve noise issues before they escalate. Pets can be a source of disputes if rules aren't clear. Lease agreements should specify whether pets are allowed, any restrictions, and responsibilities for damage. Both parties should follow the agreed terms to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. Subletting, or having unauthorized occupants, can violate lease terms and lead to disputes. The lease should clearly state the rules about subletting and who is allowed to live in the property. Both tenants and landlords should follow these rules to maintain trust and avoid legal issues. Disputes can arise over who pays for utilities or shared expenses. The lease should specify which utilities are included in the rent and how shared costs are divided. Clear agreements prevent confusion and ensure everyone knows their responsibilities. Tenants have the right to privacy, and landlords must provide notice before entering the property, except in emergencies. The lease should outline entry procedures and notice requirements. Respecting privacy builds trust and prevents disputes over unauthorized entry. Emergencies, such as floods or fires, require immediate action. Both tenants and landlords should know their responsibilities and have a plan in place. Quick communication and cooperation are essential for safety and minimizing damage. After the emergency, disputes may arise over repairs or insurance, so keep thorough records. Insurance can help cover losses from damage or accidents. Tenants may need renter's insurance, while landlords should have property insurance. Understanding who is liable for different types of damage can prevent disputes and ensure everyone is protected. There are many resources available to help resolve rental disputes. Local housing authorities, legal aid organizations, tenant unions, and landlord associations all offer support and guidance. Don't hesitate to reach out for help if you're facing a difficult situation. To sum up, handling rental disputes involves several key steps. Communicate directly, document everything, try negotiation or mediation, seek legal advice if needed, and understand your rights and responsibilities. By following these steps, both tenants and landlords can resolve issues more effectively and maintain positive rental relationships. Rental disputes can be stressful, but with the right approach, most issues can be resolved fairly. Remember to stay calm, communicate openly, and seek help when needed. A strong understanding of the process and your rights will help you navigate any challenges that arise and ensure a better experience for everyone involved.